Hi everybody! How's everybody doing? Nice to see you all. It's been a while. Nice to see you too. Oh my gosh, hi. I did not know. Oh, because it's been so long since I've been live. I did not know that I had added myself to the stage. So I hope I didn't do anything weird. Oh my god. I'm so mortified. Oh, I hope I didn't do anything. I was like rewatching on my monitor. I was like, wait, I can see myself? Sorry, guys, if I did anything wrong. Okay, so how's everybody doing today? It's been a very long time since I've done a live. I've been very busy. Um, a lot has been going on in my personal life that I won't get into just yet, but I will very soon, or maybe not, hopefully soon, once everything settles and I feel good about sharing it. Um, Good evening. Hi, Sunshine. How are you? Hi, Didi. When I was looking back, I saw your name, and that's when I was so happy. I was like, oh my gosh, Didi. Nice to see you. So happy to see you, Didi. Oh my gosh. Nice to see you too, Sunshine. Thank you so much. I wish I had your gift. Oh, you're so sweet. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you so much. So, welcome everybody. I'm really glad that you're here. I'm going to edit out that first part. I'm so embarrassed. But let me get over that. And how's everybody doing? Yes, I'm so happy to see you too. I saw your name and I was like, oh my gosh, Dee Dee's here. It's been a while. Yeah, it's been like 2 months since I went live because I've had a lot going on in my personal life. But it's all good. It's all good. I'm so happy, healthy, and happy to be here. How's everybody doing? I haven't. It feels so weird being live again. I hope you had a good break. Oh, hi, Miss J. You know, I was actually thinking about you when the America's Next Top Model thing came out. I was like, oh yeah, Miss J. That's. I wonder if that's an influence for Miss J's name. um. So yeah. So I. What was I talking about? Oh, has anybody been up to anything good? Has anything happened? Happy springtime, everybody. I just recorded a bunch of videos yesterday and a bunch of videos today. Actually, one came out today about Johnny Depp, I believe. But I will have some other ones out very soon. Um, yeah, so stay tuned. I just recorded two today, too. One is for members only, so make sure you remember if you want to watch it. It's about Britney Spears. So, any fun things going on, anybody? No? It's Happy Hump Day. I got cut from work. I picked up a shift from someone to do them a favor, and then they cut me. So I was like, hey, let me go live today. So I wasn't planning on going live, but you know, you only live once. So let's get into this couples update. I haven't done one in a very long time. A couples update. I am feeling refreshed. Thank you, Mr. I'm feeling refreshed. Actually, very refreshed, to be honest. Um, because I'll get into everything one day. Okay, so let's start. I guess they changed StreamYard because it used to give you like a prompt when you were going on stage. I don't know if I remember that correctly. It's been a long time, honestly. But I remember them giving you a prompt if you were going to go on stage. But anyway, so c'est la vie. Okay, so let's get into the first one that I'm going to be doing is Taylor and Travis. Taylor Swift and Travis, what's his name? Kelce. So apparently the wedding date is set. I did predict that I see them getting married. Initially, I didn't see a marriage, and then now I see a marriage to kind of recoup her her brand. That's what I wanted to say. So I'm gonna pull up their charts, and we're gonna go through an update about them. Please feel free to ask questions. I'm gonna start with Taylor Swift. I know her son is Sagittarius, and I believe her rising is in Scorpio. Yes, I remember that from the snake. She is also a snake, like me, with zodiac, Chinese zodiac. Yeah. So Venus in Aquarius, Mars in Scorpio, midheaven is in Virgo, which is in Saturn in Capricorn. Okay, perfect. So let's look at his chart. I still believe this relationship is a farce, but there are people who get married. You know, when the stakes are higher, you'll do a lot to save your reputation, which is what I think is going on here, honestly. But that's just my opinion, my energy, what the reading tells me, what the energies tell me. Soft screen. I'm drinking chia seeds in water for health reasons, for stomach reasons. So I like little chia seeds in my teeth. fun times. Okay, so share screen and Kravitz Kelce. Okay, so his sun is in Libra. He's very Libra to me. I'm in Sagittarius. Interesting. So they probably laugh a lot together. I've always said I think it's platonic. I think it's flirtatious. But I honestly feel like a lot of it is fabricated. Venus and Scorpio. No, Venus is in Aquarius. Interesting. Interesting that it's Venus and Scorpio. So let's give an update. What are the energies? What kind of cool about the current energies? Okay. So I'm using the Sacred Journey of the Bee Tarot. Love this deck. I got this deck like 6 years ago. 6 years ago, crazy. Yeah. From Etsy. Beautiful deck. I don't know if it's still available, honestly. I tried to look for some of her other decks and I couldn't find her store. So I think she's kind of done with it, but who knows? You might be able to find the store. So with Princess of Wands, Ace of Cups, Nine of Swords. So there's a lot of discussion, I think, behind the scenes about how the wedding is going to happen. Apparently, I saw today is June 13th, which is a Tuesday, because I'm going somewhere that day. So I find it very interesting. When I heard June 13th, I was like, oh, maybe 13th because that's her favorite number. But June 13th is a Tuesday because I just booked a ticket somewhere. So I know for a fact it's Tuesday. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's the day. Actually, we can look it up right now. I'm not going to say where I'm going. I saw somewhere, I think it was Popcorn Planet, I saw that. They have fixed my internet and now it's back to being slow. I think I have too many tabs open, honestly. I can look it up on my phone. That'll be quicker. Oh, yeah. Plans are taking a major 180 in terms of I'm sure they will. You see, I literally just pulled that. I literally just pulled that. That he is, I get the energy from my pull is that he's phone this properly, but let me show you. Wow. Okay, let me show you guys. I don't know if you can see on my phone. I'm gonna hold it up like the getaway. Just because the ads stop my StreamYard from working properly. So it says Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's Wedding plans are taking a major 180, and insiders aren't sure they will make one key step. When two A-list celebrities, this is what it says, when two A-list celebrities from different worlds get married, the guest list can be complicated. When Super first got engaged, she was busy telling everyone, including talk show host Graham Norton, October 2025, which usually weddings take like a year to really plan, year and a half to really plan. So the fact that it's so soon, it's kind of weird to me. When they said June 15th, I was like, that's so soon. You know, it won't be a huge wedding, but there will be many celebrities. Second inside the aisle, they've gone back and forth between the bride and one before. As of now, the big day might be so intimate that Swift and Kelce aren't sure that they will even send out formal invitations. Oh, this was clickbait, total clickbait. Which I thought for, should know better. But from what I see here is that it seems like he is feeling like he doesn't want to go through with it. I get his energy. It's almost like he feels like his freedom, which is funny that his moon is in Sagittarius, because Sagittarius and air signs in general, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, are big on freedom. And I feel like he thinks his freedom is being taken away from him. Three of Wands, Ace of Wands, and Justice. So he feels like it's going to be very final if he gets married. She doesn't see it like that, but he sees it like that. He's like, can I go through with it? I think his parents were married for a long time. You know, that's the interesting thing about her parents are married too, but I think she's had a very unconventional life, and a lot of unconventional things happen to her. So she's like, you know what, this facade, you know, I don't have to hold it up for a long time. But he's like, no, when I go through with it, I go through with it. I don't want to say I'm divorced, you know. So I think he could fake it till a long time, but he doesn't feel like she is in it, you know. And that's what's giving him cold feet. I don't know if that makes any sense. Please write in the comment section if that makes sense. But especially from their Venuses, his being Scorpio in general, those placements, they only feel safe if the other person is committed. The other person is like playing wishy-washy and that kind of stuff. They don't take it seriously. But when the other person commits, they commit. Which I don't think, you know, she is a Sun in Sagittarius. He is a Sun in Libra, yes, but his Venus plays a huge part in what how he loves, his love language. And he needs to feel like she's fully in it. Even if it is for a facade, he could go along with it because he's a celebrity. You know, not all celebrities get married for love. Not everyone gets married for just love. There's other reasons too. So he's like, okay, I might not love her like that, but I could build. We could be like a business relationship. A lot of celebrities have business relationships. It's just the way it goes. In fact, in the olden days, people get married for business a lot of the time. It wasn't just about love. It's the millennial era that has been disillusioned, and Gen X too. Been disillusioned and think that love is the only reason you get married. There's other factors too. So I'm not against it. I'm just saying that it doesn't seem very authentic. I should say that. Okay, before I move on, does anybody have any questions? Anybody want to say anything? I'm going to move on next to Beyonce and Jay-Z. Surprised everybody's so quiet today about what's his name? What are their names? Taylor and Travis. Okay, so let me do this. I'm going to share screen. I'm going to share the charts for Beyonce, and I'll move on to Jay-Z. Interesting. I did say that I feel like Jay-Z was going to be canceled this year, and everything that's come out. And if you guys have been keeping up with everything, he did do an interview, and I was really turned off by it. I couldn't even get through it because it's just so all these like, you know, Illuminati images. It's really off-putting, very dark, very, very dark energy. I feel like Jay-Z's gone to the dark side. And I saw somebody doing an interview. If you're a Beyonce Jay-Z fan, this is not for you. I'm just going to keep it real with you. The story that I have. And so I knew someone, right, when I lived in LA, and they had told me a story about them. I don't want to get too much into it because this is kind of the kind of story that I don't really want to tell publicly. But if you know, you know about this kind of Illuminati stuff. I say this all the time, I used to be a big Beyonce fan. I used to buy every album she had. I used to, since I was a kid, be a big Beyonce fan. And Kelly Rowland, Beyonce and Kelly Rowland. So when I got older, I started to see that Beyonce does these things. It's not very nice. I remember her speaking to Farrah Franklin. You know what I'm talking about when she tells Farrah, it's mean. She's a mean girl. From what I've seen. She tells Farrah Franklin, you need to go get your stuff. You need to go get your luggage. She's like, okay, but I need to leave. I'm paraphrasing. That's not exactly it. She's like, I need to leave. But she's like, yeah, but oh no, Farrah Franklin says she needs to get her luggage before she goes on a trip. I think she's going back to LA. Farrah Franklin's from LA for Christmas or something, some holiday, Thanksgiving. No, it's Thanksgiving. And Beyonce goes, yeah, well, your flight is leaving soon. You better hurry up. She's like, yeah, but I also need my luggage. So she's like, okay, so you're gonna miss your flight? It's such a rude way. Which, granted, when we were younger, some of us, I had my moments when I was mean. We all did. So I'm not gonna hold that against her, but it's a common thread with her. So I was a Beyonce fan until I met one of her background singers. I'm not going to say her name because I want to put her on the spot. She deserves privacy. She's not really like a public person like that. I met her, and she told me many stories about Beyonce. She told me that Beyonce was like just very egotistical. I dated a producer who was friends, who worked with Jay-Z, who said that he saw his music. They were in a lawsuit, and I don't know what happened with the lawsuit. I didn't keep up with it. I stopped dating him and I moved to LA. But in a nutshell, Beyonce and Jay-Z are not these innocent people that people think that they are. They steal people's music. They get up to a lot of shady, shady things. So I have been disillusioned, or rather, I woke up from the illusion of what Beyonce and Jay-Z are. I think they're definitely a business couple. They seem very business type. And in all of that, I say that to say this business is crumbling. It's crumbling very, very fast. To the point that I feel as though Beyonce is not ready. Jay-Z has like an inkling, but Beyonce is not ready for what's coming. She's not. She's not at all. I remember that. Okay, what do you remember? Which part of the story? I was rambling on. I get very heated on when I speak about Beyonce because I used to be a big Beyonce fan. I got so disappointed when I met people that had worked with her, and then I met someone who told me a horrific story. Such a horrific story. It's something connected to the E-Files, if you know what I'm talking about. The man who said he killed himself, said he offed himself, but he didn't really off himself. You know what I'm saying? Something along those lines. And I recently saw a video about somebody saying that Beyonce and Jay-Z went and did some very dubious activities in Africa, which I've been saying for a long time, and it's awful. It's really, really awful. The video is somewhere on YouTube. Yeah, when she's like, "Oh, you're gonna miss your flight," she talks to her like that. Oh my gosh, so mean. And then I wonder what's happening with Solange. I should really do a Beyonce Solange video. I like Solange a lot. I hope she's not into this stuff that they're into. So anyways, so let's do a reading on them. I'm going to use the Mother Witch Tarot. The Beyonce telling her to leave without her luggage. Yeah. It's wicked, yo. And it's so sad because, once I went down the Beyonce rabbit hole, when this person told me that Beyonce is like into like deep witchcraft, I've actually, an ex of mine used to work with her, and this ex that I have is very into witchcraft too, Santeria, all that stuff. So when that drama came out, I don't know if you guys remember the drama that said that Beyonce practices witchcraft. Nobody believed her. I believed her. Because at the time I was dating someone who worked with her who was very into that kind of stuff. So I believed her, and it's an open secret in Hollywood. It's an open secret that Jay-Z and Beyonce are into witchcraft, like open witchcraft. And I saw online, of course, into tarot and esotericism, but you have to use it for good. You can't be doing nasty things. Nicki Minaj has alluded to it. I don't agree with everything Nicki Minaj does. I don't agree with everything she has said recently. But something that she has said that I agree with is that a lot of artists are doing what she said they are. They just are. And it's unfortunate. It's heartbreaking. During COVID, the beginning of COVID, I found out a lot of this stuff. I was in LA and it opened my eyes to a whole new world. And then a lot of things started to make sense because, being around artists and not so much actors, not a lot of actors are in it, but a lot of musicians are. And I explained in one of the previous videos I did, the music industry, the angel of music was Michael. Michael, who became Lucifer. And he was narcissistic. He played the harp. He used to draw people in. He played the harp. He acted all innocent. And then as time grew, he became so bitter, jaded, that he decided, hey, I'm just going to be playing out the devil. I'm going to be Satan. And that's the music industry, unfortunately. So anyways, let's get into this reading. But let me just tell you, Beyonce is not as innocent as people are playing it out. That's the point of the story. My long story. And look, YouTube is already playing on my stuff when I talk about this stuff. I can already see my numbers are going weird. But then it's okay. Whatever. C'est la vie. So her sun is in Virgo, Moon is in Scorpio, and caught by her rising, but her Venus is in Libra. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Let me see his top. Jay-Z, okay. I know the sun is in Sagittarius. Moon is in Libra, rising in Pisces. I can definitely see him having Pisces. And Venus is in Sagittarius. And this is in Libra, right? Okay. So, interesting. Very, very interesting. Especially his Saturn and Taurus. Interesting too. When is her Saturn? Saturn is in Libra. Okay. So, let's see. Through the charts, I can see Saturn and Taurus. A lot of the lessons he's going to learn in life, which is very interesting, is that Taurus is a sign of stubbornness, rigidness. Don't be so rigid and learn when to back off. I don't know that much about Jay-Z, but I'm just saying that's his Saturn and Taurus offering that lesson. And his North Node in Pisces. Interesting. So is mine. And he's weaponizing spirituality. He's supposed to lean into it personally, not weaponize it. But let's see. So let's get an update about them. He said, Mama Tina, in that gumbo she was saying in the back, I believe so. I've said this, and I keep saying this. Now, with the age of Aquarius, all of the stuff that they're doing, it's going to come back to them. It's going to come back to them. I can't wait to tell you the story one day, guys. I just want to make sure that I have protection, that nobody's going to, because I do still work for, the industry in some capacity. So I need to make sure that I'm off the grid completely and have nothing to do with the industry anymore. Okay, so let's get into it. Update. whoa, 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 whoa. So, I've done many videos about Beyonce and Jay-Z, but I'm gonna tell you something. Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Their money is not accurate. They're not really billionaires. I can see that straight away. I can definitely see that. I don't want to talk about myself a lot, but I just like to explain how I know certain things. And I don't want to throw anybody under the bus, but I've dated people that have had alleged to have lots of money, but it's not liquid. It's not. It's all in assets, or it's projected, or oftentimes the number that you see is not accurate, and it gets halved by taxes, and then they have to pay other people. So I was explaining this to somebody when I was dating a producer. I just explained to them like he doesn't have as much money as people think. They're like, but he has this, he has that. I'm like, yeah, but you have to pay. You have to pay people. You have people on payroll. You have this. You have that. That money gets divided. It's not just yours. So he is in some kind of financial trouble. Jay-Z is. I said this before. I feel like he gambles or does something with his money that he shouldn't be doing. With Four of Pentacles, he's trying to save. I said this a while ago when I went down the rabbit hole about Beyonce and Jay-Z. I wanted to get to the bottom of it. That's just my Aquarius personality. When I want to find something out, I have to find it out, and I will find it out. But one day, I went down the rabbit hole. I saw about Beyonce copying music, Jay-Z copying music, all this stuff. I went down the rabbit hole. And when I saw one image, it was doing a flashback of different Beyonce performances. One of them was at the VMAs when she was in gold. It was during her Crazy in Love era. In fact, it was her performing in Crazy in Love when she had those shorts on. If you guys remember, shorts on, the gold belly ring, and the crop top and the crazy hair. It was kind of Diana Ross inspired. I remember seeing Jay-Z look at her, and I thought, oh my gosh, he is her pimp. He's her pimp. Like, how has nobody ever seen this? How did I never see this? That he is her Ike Turner. And he even says it in Drunken Love. He says, I'm Ike. Eat the cake. Anime. Eat the cake. They tell us in their music who they are. It's not an expression of oh yeah, I just want to be somebody different today. No, a lot of people's music is expression of themselves. And he's saying, I'm Ike. He's saying he is Ike Turner. And I strongly believe that, Jaguar Wright did say this. I forgot about that. Hold on a second, guys. I'll be right back. Wait, I'll be right back. Sorry, something was going on. I apologize. I had to do something. But he's, the parallels between Beyonce and Tina Turner, even in their lives, I mean, for me, Tina Turner is like legend, so legendary. And I think she actually was a nice person. I don't think Beyonce is. But in their lives, how they were managed by, how Beyonce loves to say she got managed by herself. Go and watch. I've done a lot of research about it. Go and look at when she started Parkwood Entertainment, right? She wanted to portray this image that she's an independent woman. But Jay-Z still holds a lot of her contractual obligations to Live Nation, And Live Nation were the people that kicked, what's her name, Matthew Knowles out for managing her because they found out that he was allegedly stealing funds. They did an audit, and he was misappropriating funds. So she wants to portray this image of being an independent woman, but she went from codependency from her dad to codependency to Jay-Z. That's a lot like her story. I mean, I don't know about Tina Turner's father, but I definitely know they had a very codependent relationship. It was a horrible relationship. And before I got distracted, I remember Jaguar Wright talking about it. And Jaguar Wright was talking about how, free Beyonce. And I really strongly believe, I'm not crazy about her personality, but I do strongly believe he has a hold over her. And he's going to use her to save his image. That's why now he's out with Blue. I think Beyonce might be on her version of a strike in that relationship. Because we haven't seen them all together since then. So things are about to get very interesting, especially with 10 of Wands. She's going to feel like she's even going to come out and say it one day. But, you see her performing and stuff. There was one performance. I don't know why I see so many parallels between her and Tina Turner, but there was one performance I saw recently that she did, and I was like, she doesn't want to be on stage. I used to be a singer. I used to go on stage, not for as many people, but I would have hundreds of people. And you have to want to be there. You can feel. There was sometimes I didn't want to be there, and when I didn't, it was very obvious, So I can see it in others when they don't want to be there. And it's not going to be there every day, but when it becomes a drag, that's when you don't want to do it anymore. And I really feel like when I saw Tina Turner say, I hated performing at the end, I was just making other people money. And I was like, that's how I think about Beyonce with Jay-Z. So let's see what's coming in the near future. Because I'm telling you, there's things going on behind the scenes. I wouldn't be surprised if they're separated. I really want to do a Beyonce and Solange. Would anybody like that? A Beyonce and Solange video? I like the Beyonce. I think the Solange is a ride or die. Because that's how I am for mine. For my sister, I'm a ride or die. Don't mess with my sister. So let's see. Okay, the Chariot, the Fool, the Emperor. So, there is trouble at home, the Chariot. But with the Fool, they're going to orchestrate a separation he's going to orchestrate it. He has her, it's very strange. Their relationship is very strange to me. Very, very strange. He's going to be like, to orchestrate the separation too, and she's going to have to get out, like run away, basically. And I know it sounds crazy, but I see it. And I think that's why she's going to go to Europe. Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Cups. She's going to take some money and leave. But I saw him leaving her for a younger woman. I did say around the Super Bowl, I see him with a younger woman. It wasn't Blue Ivy. I saw that some of you were in the comment section. Is that what you saw? I'm like, no, it wasn't Blue Ivy. It was someone around the Super Bowl next year. Because how narcissistic personalities operate. In fact, I think Jay-Z's gone beyond that. I think he's psychopath level, honestly. How they operate is that they feed off of people. They're like parasites. They're personality parasites. So they feed off of people's weaknesses. They can see if somebody's having a bad day. They'll feel their eyes feel to the fire, stuff like that. And so he needs the Super Bowl because that's when he manifests, especially if you understand about what goes on, the other, stuff that's going on, the witchcraft stuff. Feeding off of people's energy, you need masses of people. So that's why he has to go to Super Bowl. He's going to Super Bowl almost every year. Even if he's had controversies and blah, blah, blah. He's going to keep going until he gets cancelled. Like cancel, and handcuffs. That's what I mean. Which I should do a Jay-Z video very soon. But I will. I definitely will about his future. that lies in his future. I wouldn't be surprised if he comes out and defends Diddy next, because I did predict, and it's coming true, that a lot of celebrities are going to come out saying, Diddy was just a lost man. I'm so disappointed in Usher. I mean, why? How? Why am I surprised? Okay, unless anybody has any questions, I'm going to move on. But get ready for this Beyonce Jay-Z thing. This divorce that they have is going to be. I get October, and I had a dream. I always talk about that. When I was 10 years ago, I had a dream that I was on a motorcycle, and I remember this dream so specifically because I thought to myself, I don't find Jay-Z attractive at all. And then my best friend at the time I was telling, and he was like, oh yeah, you want Jay-Z, ha ha ha. And I was like, I would never. Oh my god, man. I think his personality, looks not everything, but his personality is terrible. And at the time, I was dating a producer that had that issue with him, So maybe that's why I picked up on it. But I had this dream that I was on a motorcycle and I was getting married to Jay-Z. And he had left Beyonce for me, and there were headlines everywhere. I can't remember if this was, you know how you tell stories when you look back and you're like, okay, I added this, I added that. But the gist of it was that he had left me for Beyonce. He had left Beyonce for me, excuse me. And people were mad at me. And I remember waking up and thinking, oh my God, I would never do that because I don't like to be that kind of woman, ever. And I automatically thought, one day this is going to happen, Not all my dreams come true, but a lot of my dreams do. And I remember reading her palm, because I read palms too. And from the video 1+1, she's in the gold, she has a palm up. And I saw that they would separate. I said, this was in 2016, same year. I said in the next 7 years they'd be separated. So that's 2023. So I do believe that they have been on and off, especially recently. I don't even think they live in the same house anymore, honestly. And when the divorce comes, she's eventually going to leave her because she doesn't want to pull a plug because she's afraid. I think some burgers, they're afraid to really. Also, she met him when she was so young. And when you meet somebody when you're that young, they're a part of you, And she won't be the one to do it, even if she's checked out. She won't be the one to leave, but he will. And when he does, he wants to create the narrative, because that's what people like him do, unfortunately. Okie dokie. So let's move on to, unless anybody's anything to say. And Tina Knowles gives me the creeps. People don't like Matthew Knowles, and I understand why. But for me, Tina Knowles, there's something. I can't explain it. She gives me like creepy energy. Very creepy energy. I don't know what it is about her. She rubs me the wrong way. But anyway, let me not be mean. After I said it. So let's move on to last but not least, Harry Styles and Zoe Kravitz. I know lots of you are Harry Styles fans. Some of you think this is fake. I don't think it's a fake relationship, actually. I do actually believe it's real. And I think that it starts with all of this like flirtation and so forth. But I do believe that they are interested in each other, and I do believe that they are dating. I don't think it's a PR relationship like Taylor and Travis. So I'm going to share the charts. And Aquarius Sagittarius are a great match. My favorite ex is a Sagittarius. We get along very, very well. With friendships, not so much. But Sagittarius ex, I've had one because I was always aware of dating Sagittarius before. But he salvaged their reputation for me because he was wonderful. He is an extremely wonderful person. And I only wish him well. So his hairstyle, his sun is in Aquarius, moon is in Libra, rising in Libra, Venus in Aquarius. I've always said this, Harry and I have very, very similar charts. My rising is in Libra, my sun is in Aquarius, Venus is in Aquarius, my Saturn is in Capricorn, I think. Yeah, my Saturn is in Capricorn, so that's different. Mars in Taurus. So obviously, my midhaven is in Gemini. Obviously, it's not the exact, it's very similar. I think that's why I can read him so well, because I relate a lot to him. Them Cherokee, those cheekbones, excuse me, I'm giving, yes! I'm so glad somebody else sees it. She gives me like mean, like wicked, and not the good witch, not Alphaba. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to continue. Thank you so much for that comment, Miss J. I love your commentary. Wait, Miss J. Oh no, it's not you. You're not the one that likes Priyanka Chopra. I'm going to do Priyanka Chopra next week. Uh, just FYI, that's not you. You have a similar profile picture to somebody else who really likes Priyanka Chopra. So I will do one on her very soon. Okay, so let's go to her chart. Image file. What am I doing? Zoe Kravitz. Zoe Kravitz came into one of my jobs like 10 years ago. I used to work in the West Village in New York, and she was very sweet. She reminded me of my sister actually a lot. It's funny. She's older than I am. My sister's younger than I am. So, Sun of Sagittarius, Moon of Virgo, Rising in Libra. A lot of celebrities have Rising in Libra. Venus and Scorpio. Interesting. Her MC is in Cancer. And has anybody seen Blink Twice? I saw it like 3 months ago. No, longer than that. Like 5 months ago. It was very, very good. And usually, if I watch a movie at home, I'm on my phone secretly. It's only when I'm in the cinema that I watch it like without my phone, obviously. But if I'm at home, I'm texting or whatever. But it was the first movie I could watch at home, and I was not on my phone. And Harry Potter, I love like that. I can watch it and not be on my phone. But it was so good. So good. I don't want to give it away if people haven't seen it, but if you haven't seen it, you have to watch it because it's very relevant to what's going on. And like the islands thing, what's going on, all that kind of stuff. So it's very eye-opening, honestly. And you know what? I remember now. Her mother came out and said something very controversial. Her mother's vegan. If I were a fan of any actress, it would be Lisa Bonet. Not her movies. I haven't seen her anything in a very long time. But how she is, she's such an elegant beauty. She is also a Scorpio woman, and I have deep love for Scorpios. I was telling one of my Scorpio friends. I was like, whenever I see somebody with a Scorpio tattoo, I get jealous because I'm like, that's the only other tattoo I want other than Aquarius. Because I'm Scorpio so much. I just find them so authentic. And as Aquarius, I just love authenticity. And that's something Lisa Bonet has. She's just such an authentic person. And she came out a long time ago. She got a lot of backlash on Oprah. Was it Oprah? It was one of those TV shows, talk shows, where she spoke about I'm not vegan, so I don't want to, I used to be, but not anymore. Because my doctor said that I shouldn't be vegan because it was literally eating away at me. But if you are and you're not going to judge other people, stand by it, And I love that she came out, she was saying I'm vegan, and she came out to talk about health conscious, she spoke about organic, she spoke about all these things. And she got cancelled for talking about that. She was like the first person to get cancelled. She spoke about other health things that people don't really want to talk about. That I kind of, not about the vegan stuff, but the other stuff I agree with her about. And she got cancelled. So I can only imagine growing up with such a health conscious mother, and her being so kind of hippie type, being so different. I think it grounded her a lot and made her understand how Hollywood works. And her dad too. Her dad is Kravitz, so let's forget that. Which I shouldn't because she's because she looks so much like her mother. I think sometimes you associate that with the person you look like the most, You enjoyed the movie? Yeah, it was so good. And it made me think Channing Tatum was attractive for one, even though he's the jerk in the movie. He came across like so attractive. I don't know why. And usually I've never thought of him as attractive. A long time ago when I was a teenager, when he was in Step Up, but that was like 16 years ago, more than 16 years ago. Like, oh my gosh. I forget how old I am. I'm like, yeah, I was a teenager 16 years ago. I'm like, no, man, I was a teenager like 20 years ago. But he did such a good performance. And Adria Arjona was really good too. The acting was phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. All of them were amazing. Yes, it was Oprah, and she said she doesn't believe in Vaseline. Yes, yes. If you know, you know. Yes, exactly. And she got criticized for it. And that's something, I have my issues with how I was raised. But something that I'm very happy about is that I was raised to be, being raised by an Aquarius and a Virgo, mostly Aquarius. Aquarius are very free spirited and we allow people to be. So when I see celebrities that are like Lisa Bonet, who's just authentically herself, she doesn't need to get press, she doesn't need attention, she just lives her life. I appreciate that a lot. Okie dokie, so let's get into this reading about hairstyles. That's why I'm like, I don't believe this is about PR. I just don't see Lisa Bonet's daughter needing, Lenny Kravitz's daughter needing attention like that. I'm not buying it. Especially somebody that doesn't really like big twice, who understands how the industry works. But I could be wrong, just energetically, I don't pick that up. So let's see how their relationship is going currently. Okay, wow. So I did do a reading about them. One of my first readings I did. And I said that, he's an Aquarius men. If you've ever dated one, you'll know that they're very hard to... It's a lot. I would never, I'll say never. I just don't see myself as an Aquarius man. I've dated mostly Aquarius men, actually, which is very interesting. I don't know how that's happened. I think if we understand each other, but it ends up being like a brotherly kind of, which is messed up. I wouldn't sleep with my brother, but you know what I mean? It's like, it ends up being like more friendship, like we're friends with benefits, but we call each other girlfriend, boyfriend, which I don't really like because I like romance. But with Aquarius men, they want somebody as a friend first. And I think that they were friends first. And I think that he was like, okay, this is my friend. I can talk to her. Aquarius and Sagittarius have great conversation. And that's often how we fall in love, Aquarius. We need to be able to talk to the person that we like. Doesn't matter what you look like. If you can hold an intelligent conversation, you understand life, you understand philosophy, you have a good head on your shoulders, Aquarius woman or men too, will give you a chance. Doesn't matter what you look like. You just have to present yourself well and have a good understanding of life. And especially if you have a good understanding of life, we end up falling deeply for people like that. Deeply, deeply. So I really believe that she came into his life as kind of like a friend, being hippie, being laissez-faire. And he was like, who is this creature? Beautiful, doesn't really care for what society standards are, society's expectations, especially because his ex was very, I feel like Taylor, this is energetically what I picked up on, because some of you Taylor people come after me, and I don't mean to say she's a bad person. We all have characteristics that are good and bad. It's just the human experience. I think she's beautiful. I think she has many great qualities. But a Cancer, she was a Cancer, right? A Cancer is not good for Aquarius, which is not. Cancer and Aquarius are not a good match. I'm telling you that. It's just, unless the Aquarius has strong water in the chart, which he has almost no water, just like me, almost no water. We don't do well with water signs. We don't, because when the water sign gets emotional, we don't know what to do with that. It's not our love language. It doesn't make us less empathetic. It doesn't make us less worthy of being with someone. It's just not compatible. It's not. So coming from that kind of energy, he wanted something easy, because water signs feel very heavy for us. They do, except for Scorpios. I think I could date a Scorpio, but Pisces and Cancer, the energy in relationships is too heavy for Aquarius, especially for Aquarius that have Earth, mostly Earth and air in their chart, and some fire. Because he needs to be going. He either needs to be going or be himself, or work a lot. A Cancer energy, they need attention. It's like Leos sometimes, they need a lot of attention. And Aquarius, we're not the type for you if you want a lot of attention. We're just not. What about Beyonce's children? Oh, good question. I'll get back to that in a moment. I'll answer your question soon, okay, Sunshine? Thank you for asking. So, we're not the type. We're not the type to, we'll affirm you, but I feel like some signs, they need more affirmation than Aquarius is willing to give. We're not willing to give that because we believe about self-motivation. Self will help you for sure, but when it comes to certain things, we don't feel like we should have to help you. And Sagittarius are a great match for that because they think the same way, So he's falling for her because he thought, like, coming from the energy he's coming from, like I said, it was very emotional. I think she wanted to get married. She wanted this. She wanted that. And because of that, he wanted something free. He wanted something like, he's probably said to himself, I don't want to be in a relationship for a while. I want to be by myself. And she came along. So with that being said, the energy she's in, she's not serious for him, but he's serious for her, which happens a lot to Aquarius men. If you think about any Aquarius guy you know personally, think about the person that broke their heart, whether it was a man or woman. They probably were very more careless than the Aquarius was, and that probably got the Aquarius like, oh my gosh, I'm the attached one this time, and now I actually feel something, and they'll probably do anything to make that person stay. So just look at those dynamics. Think about any Aquarius man, and this is what's going on here. King of Wands. He wants to make sure she stays around. So he's like, let me get her flowers. Let me take her here. They go on lots of adventures. See them taking like hikes and stuff. I haven't really had time. A lot of you guys have been sending me stuff. I've been dealing with personal stuff, so I haven't really been able to look at the stuff you've been sending me. I'm really, really sorry. I'll get back to them soon. But some of you have been sending me a lot of stuff, so I haven't had a chance to look at it. But I see that here, he wants to kind of wow her. He's like, let me take her here, let me take her there, let me take her. But it's hard to wow a Hollywood child, somebody who grew up with having... But it seems like she had a very humble upbringing compared to a lot of these other Hollywood children. And her parents are A-listers, but she seems very humbling. So, but they are both from New York. I feel like New Yorkers tend to be more humble than people from LA. So for Two of Swords and Seven of Wands, so he wants to like plan trips with her, but she's not as invested as he is, and he finds that a turn on. But it's not enough to make a relationship last. Ace of Pentacles, Ten of Cups, and the Magician. So he keeps wanting to manifest, and he's usually very good at manifestation. I don't think he's ever felt like this about anybody before. I'm just going to be honest with you. I really don't. I really, really don't. But I don't think he's the woman she ends up with. But ends up is such a outdated term. But what is ends up? Because everyone matters along the way too. It's just that who we decide to marry is somebody who's more compatible, who we see longevity with. Sometimes not, but a lot of the time that person just ends up being more willing to stick around, But yeah, so I see him, he wants to manifest the future with her. The High Priestess, the Emperor, Five Swords. So it's almost like he's forcing it to happen. But she's not, I don't get the same energy from her. She's like, oh yeah, okay, today. It's funny, I've actually had, I don't want to make this about me, but I've dated mostly Aquarius men, right? I think that's why I understand Aquarius so much, because I'm Aquarius, I've dated mostly Aquarius men. And I remember I had this roommate. Oh gosh, he's watching. I feel bad if he's watching. Because he used to follow me on social media. So I feel bad if he's watching, and he knows who he is. And I didn't mean it like that. I think of him, it was just at the time I was in a relationship, and I'm very loyal. But I remember, and at the time we met, I was about to be with this guy that I knew I was going to. But at the time we met, we were roommates, right? When I first moved to LA, I moved into a big house, and it was an Airbnb with like a bunch of people in the house. It was actually kind of fun. It was a lot of fun. We used to get like 4:20 at night. If you know what I'm talking about. It was so fun. I don't regret those memories at all. So when I first met him, I could tell when we first met that he was like, "Oh my god, I want to get to know her." So we would talk and stuff, and he would ask me lots of questions. And I noticed because he said he was a Chris, because I asked everybody since for like 15 years now. Every person I meet, I always ask them, "When is your birthday?" Because I always want to know. So he told me he was an Aquarius. I was like, "Oh, okay, interesting." And I told him, "Oh my gosh, I didn't mean to say it like this," but I was like, "I've dated mostly Aquarius men." At that point, I think every boyfriend I had, except for 2 or 3, were Aquarius. So I told him, "Oh my gosh, oh, I love my ex though, Aquarius. Interesting." And I was just thinking out loud, you know. I wasn't trying to tell him anything. And I think he kind of took it. Looking back, I think he took it as something. Oh, and he has his version of the story. I would love to hear his version of the story, really, because I'm very fascinated. So, anyways, we used to talk at night and we used to like have philosophical conversations. I found him to be very interesting. He is a good-looking guy, but I was just like I said, I was at that time about to be in a relationship with someone. So time goes on, and he ends up coming to yoga studio that I work at, and um, yeah, we just used to talk too. And then I saw him on the bus. I was because I used to teach at different yoga studios around LA. And one time I saw him on the bus. I was going to Silver Lake. I used to teach in Silver Lake, if you know where that is, Appleton Village. So I see him on the bus, and he's like, "Take down my number." And I was like, I didn't want to because I was in a relationship. So I was like, I didn't want to tell him no. So I was like, okay, yeah. I think he said, oh yeah, he said, "Can I have your number?" And I said, "No." Yes, I remember now. I said, "No, I have a boyfriend." He said, "Okay, well, take down my number." And I was like, okay. I mean, I don't think that's a good idea. I just told you I have a boyfriend. So I took down his number, and he was like, "Okay, call me." And I was like, "I'm not gonna call you." And then the bus stop came, and I had to get off. But it was like that, you know. I feel like Aquarius men sometimes they'll chase the wrong woman. You know, I don't know how to explain it. Like there'll be a woman that's ready and perfect for them, and they won't be interested at all. But then the person that's not interested, that's very aloof, that has their head in the clouds, they want to be with that person, and it's very interesting to me. But I've seen it a lot with Aquarius men, a lot, a lot, a lot. So if you want them Aquarius men, act like you don't care, and they'll come running after you. And if you're not the kind of person that can act like that, then they're just not for you. But that's what I found has drawn Aquarius men to me. That I act like I don't care, which I don't care. I'm not acting, but that's just what happens. Yeah. Okay, what about Beyonce's children? Good question. Let me go back to using the same deck that I used for them. What about Beyonce's children? I don't really want to read about them. I'm going to read about them in the declaration. Okay, so I see them going with, again, 10 of Wands chart in the pool. I see them going with her because Jay-Z's about to get canceled for real. Like, people don't understand. Queen of Wands, 9 of Cups, and 9 of Wands. He's about to really get canceled. And she is going to add to it, even though I think some of the cancellation has to do with things that they both did together. She's going to get away with it, and he won't. So I don't know if that answers that question. This has been so fun, everybody. My first live back. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Does anybody have anything to say? To eat my dinner. I have veggies and chicken. Oh, salmon and chicken. Salmon and veggies. What am I saying? Does anybody want to add anything? No? This has been so fun, everyone. I should have asked this a long time ago. But any update on Joe? Who's Joe? That's my dad's name. So every time I hear Joe, I'm like, oh, my dad? Oh, like Taylor. I remember you said he was going to come out about Taylor. I'm gonna do a video. Let me write that down, please, Miss J, so that I don't forget. I'm writing it down. I do old school. Like, I'm very modern with other stuff, but with this stuff, I like to write. I like writing, like pen to paper. So I'm gonna do Taylor and Joe. I said yes, he is going to come out. Every time I see Joe, like I said, my dad's name's Joe, so every time I see Joe, I think my dad. What does he have to do with this? Which I should know better. But yeah, so yeah, I mean, he is going to come out. In fact, that's going to be one of the next readings I do, because I want to see how to. I want to see how it's going to be good. Thank you, Jan. No, thank you. What a great. I might have time. I got my eyebrows done. I finally have eyebrows again. That was one of the reasons I actually stopped recording, because I had to heal, because it was like peeling off and it takes like 2 weeks to heal. So that's part of the reason I didn't record. And then I had my other stuff going on for the other reasons. But yeah, so I have to do like a touch up. It's been a month. I have to touch up tomorrow, so I might record tomorrow too, if I have enough time. But I also want to go for a run at night. Love springtime runs. Also, if you've done a reading on Olivia Rodrigo and her, oh, she's going to go after Taylor. That's a good idea. I'm going to do that one too. Thank you. Thank you for all these great ideas, Miss J. I love Olivia Rodrigo. I really do. I love her music. I don't know her as a person, but I love her music a lot. Especially, I listen to Driver's License once a day. No jokes. Such a good song. I was actually watching Deep Dive. Oh, what's it called? Society. It's called Deep Dive, I think, the YouTube channel, and they do these deep dives on different topics. One of the first ones I watched was about Pussycat Dolls, and it got me hooked on the channel, because then I went back and watched all of them, because I love Pussycat Dolls. I love, like, that was my era, you know, early 2000s, the music, not so much the fashion, but the music, those memories, just, it was a great, great, great time, you know. So watching all of that, seeing about the Pussycat Dolls, and then they did another one, excuse me, about Olivia Rodrigo, Sabrina Carpenter. They did it like 3 months ago, and that guy, forgot his name, but it's funny I remember both the girls. He's really relevant right now, but it was so fascinating to see, like, oh my gosh, what she went through. I wonder if it was, I don't know, you know how it is with Disney. I feel like everything's orchestrated and planted, and so maybe I'll do an Olivia Rodrigo, Sabrina Carpenter. If you guys would watch it, that would be fun. But yeah, that sounds very interesting. I don't see her coming after Taylor though. From the last reading I did, from the live I did, I don't know if you guys remember, I said that she might do an interview and just say, hey, I got treated like this. There is a YouTube channel called Is It the Right Word? Okay, let me write it down. Thank you for sharing. I love deep dives. What I do, like when I'm coding and stuff, because I code, I make apps. So when I'm coding, I'm either watching reality TV or these deep dives. I love, love, love documentaries, deep dives. I'm not a fiction person. I like non-fiction. I like documentaries and reality TV. Like, even though reality TV is not really real, they make it seem like it's real, you know. But I'm definitely gonna. Is it the right word? So right now, everything with Summer House. If you watch Bravo, Summer House is like, I can't believe it. It's crazy. I think you would like her channel. Okay, I binged and watched. I'm watching her videos. Great. I'll definitely check it out. Thank you. I love finding new YouTube channels. Like I told you guys, or tarot, and sometimes makeup. Makeup, I really look at Pinterest or Instagram, but I love like and Julia Thais. I really like it. I don't like when people get political though. I really don't like the political stuff, because I'm like, we see it every day as it is. So when a person, I used to watch Kempire, and I just can't anymore, because everything he talks about is political, and I'm like, guys, oh my gosh, let's just like stay away from this, you know. She breaks down Taylor from a psychological perspective. I would love to see that. I love that. Yeah, another channel that I really love is Steph Anya. She breaks down Love is Blind through psychological. She's a therapist, and it's so fascinating. As somebody in therapy who has been in therapy many years, it's so fascinating to see, like, that's why I watch it, because I love people's behavior. Like, watching people's behavior is so fascinating to me. But yeah, lots of fun. Sorry, grammar. Oh, girl, please, I don't care about grammar. Please. So yeah, so this has been so fun, everyone. I'm so happy that everybody joined. I got the night off to do this. Well, not really to do it, just they were gonna cut someone, so I offered to get cut because I picked up the shift. But I'm very happy to have all of you here. Please check out, I have a new app out. It's called Eat Out Healthy. And if you're looking for healthy places in your area, just use the GPS. I made it, I coded it myself. I do code with iOS, Apple. And I made it myself, and it's taken me a year to code this app. And I'm so proud of it. I think it's the best app that I've made. And basically, it pulls your GPS, all your zip codes. If you're visiting someone, you want to find out places before you go. It finds out places that are vegan, pescatarian, vegetarian, dairy-free, and organic in your area. So if you're like looking for, if you want to go shopping, if you're going to an Airbnb that's away from where you are, if you're going to go to, for example, on holiday, you just look up the zip code and it will tell you different restaurants and all that kind of stuff. I'm actually going away. I'm going to use it to find places where I go when I go in June to my special location. I'm going to find some cool restaurants that are vegan, or not vegan, but I prefer to eat out when I'm vegan or pescatarian, light food. So yeah, I'm really excited about it. Please check it out. It's called Eat Out Healthy. I'll post it here. It's the only one that has a name, Eat Out Healthy. Oh, what's going on? I haven't used this computer in a month. I'm like, what is going on? This is my old computer. So it's called Eat Out Healthy on the Apple Store. If you have Apple, if you have iOS, I only code in iOS. And yeah, if you want to create an app yourself, reach out to me. I do take freelance. Yeah, I'm really, really excited to be doing this. I love coding. And yeah, so please check it out. I would love a 5-star review if you can, if you find it interesting, if you find it fascinating. It really helped me out a lot. So everybody, thank you so much for joining. Like I said, tomorrow I might try to record some videos. I did just premiere my first one back for a while. Oh, Didi, you've been so quiet. I forgot you were here. So I do have a video tomorrow, a video on Friday, and I believe a video on Monday that's premiering, but we'll see. I did just record 2. I'll try to record 2 tomorrow. My eyebrows aren't itchy because they get itchy then they peel, and I don't want to go on camera like that. It doesn't look good. So now they're healed, they're gonna have to heal again. It's gonna take another 2 weeks. I won't go away for 2 weeks again. It's too long. It really is too long. I missed you guys so much, a lot. So I'm happy to be back. I want to be, y'all, you too. I love you guys. I hope in the beginning I'm gonna go back and edit it and cut it out. So I'm kind of embarrassed that I was doing the things that I do when I get ready for life. So thank you everybody for joining. I love you all. Take care of yourselves. Stay hydrated. Stay healthy. Stay happy. Take care.